Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about am I wrong? This is not something that's necessarily easy to admit. It's an area where we can dig our heels in. Nobody really likes to admit when they're wrong, but when we develop the ability to recognize, build awareness, and make different choices, we realize how good it feels to just choose ourselves, choose peace, and choose another person. So in this video, I want to talk about am I wrong in ways in which we tend to cling to things that just don't end up supporting us in the long run. For those of you new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a video weekly. Number one, are you holding on because it's hard to let go? You'll kind of notice yourself internally because feminine energy is a flexible energy. It kind of means that you can move through these things and you can find different ways of showing up, of compromising, of letting go, but it's not this all or nothing, black or white, absolutist mentality. It's this ability to really recognize where we're holding on tight to something and beginning to loosen that grip and to kind of trust that masculine framework of the universe and say, it's okay. Like, I don't have to control this. I can let go. I don't have to have it my way. I'm safe. We start to really create this ability to let go and not be stubborn about things that just don't end up serving us. Number two, are you clinging to a rigidity within, or are you open to another person's perspective? This is such a relevant topic in the world, right? We hear about how many people are disagreeing on anything from, just basic things in life to politics, anything where there's polarity to an extreme, right? And it can put us in this us against them mentality, but consider this us against them mentality can start in our relationships and with some of our closest contacts and friendships as well. So if we take people who think differently than us or who feel differently than us as a threat, it's going to be very hard to admit when we're wrong because we're basing our entire sense of self on the belief that we're holding. And so we want to be able to use mindfulness as a tool to take a step back and ask ourselves, like, where can I let go? Or where can I hold space to disagree with someone? Or where can I respectfully hear their perspective and be open to maybe shifting mine based off that, or not, but at least being open to different ideas, different thought, without it being a very deep threat or sort of negative reflection of your character. And number three, I think it's really powerful to look at what the common denominators are in certain situations. If we find ourselves disagreeing with people all the time, or if we find ourselves always being accused of being wrong, or feeling like we're wronged, or we're feeling terribly misunderstood by others all the time, maybe we can take a look within ourselves and see how we're presenting, because I have some funny client examples around this, but one time I had a client read this book that really inspired her, and she couldn't wait to tell everybody about the book. But the problem with this situation is nobody was asking, right? So she was kind of putting this book on everybody, telling them they had to read it. This is what she learned. This is what they need to know. And later when she took a step back, she was like, oh my gosh, I've been preaching all this stuff to people and nobody wants the information. And so we want to be able to be really ruthlessly honest and say, oh, where am I kind of pushing my stuff, or maybe moving a little bit into righteousness on my end, and where can I just meet people where they are with consciousness, with compassion, with acceptance, and be true to myself, but not view differences in my partner or in others as a threat or a direct threat to myself. And this truly is a practice, but it's one that's rooted in love and that will lead you feeling so much more peaceful and such a deeper sense of ease as you move through life. And you'll notice, as I've noticed this within myself, I just don't see all of that negativity. I see so many positive, beautiful attributes in others and in the differences they hold, and it doesn't do anything to trigger my ego. And if it does, I look at that as really good information about myself, where I can learn, where I can grow, and I can stretch myself. So I hope this inspires you to take a look at yourself on a deeper level, and if you are wrong, to handle that with a lot of love and a lot of compassion for yourself. If you would like to learn more about me and what I do, please visit jenmichellecoaching.com. I have all kinds of different programs, offerings, one-to-one and group coaching as well. Please take my new quiz there. What is your attraction style? Where you'll learn about the strengths that you hold going into love, dating, and relationship, as well as some of the areas that could use some support. Much love, and I'll see you all next week.